This video, we're going to look at getting started with Python and different ways that we can run Python. First, we're going to assume that you can connect to the CS server with a terminal. I'm on a Mac, so I use the terminal program. Okay, so if we go to this link, which I have over here, then this text here says if we just type the command Python3 and enter, then we're running Python now. This is waiting for us to type a command, and the first type of things to enter is just math stuff, just to make sure it works. And star in Python is exponent, so 10 to the third power is 1000. That works, and then we can quit to get out of there. Alright, so that is us writing Python one line at a time, and this here is called the Python console. It's like a terminal, but where you're typing Python commands instead of Linux commands. Okay, so the second way to run it in the terminal is if we have a Python program already. I'm going to just assume that we have a Python program already in some way, from somewhere. And so now if I do the Python3 command and then hello.py, that runs through and runs those commands. This hello.py is a text file, and when I run Python3 with that text file, it's going to take each line and run it as a Python command. Okay, so we can run Python this way and develop this way. We could have one terminal here where we're editing the file, and then I could open another terminal and connect to the server and be testing the file. Okay, so now what do I change here if I wanted to print, instead of hello the second time, goodbye? Okay, so I can change it there. Now before I run it, I need to save the file, which in Nano is Control-O. Now I can go over here to run it again. Okay, so if all you have on your computer is your terminal program, then you can develop like this. You use some kind of editor over here, Nano or Emacs or Vim or Jove, and then you're running over here. Okay, so that's one way to develop. That's described here, and yes, there. All right, so now I'm going to show what it looks like if we want to run Python on our own computer, which we'll see what the differences are. All right, so I'm going over to my programs, which on the Mac is in the Finder, and then I have Python 3.8 that I just installed, and the program to start it is called idle. All right, I open idle, and what do I see? Do you remember what this was called in the terminal? Here they're calling it the Python shell. I was calling it the Python console. All right, so it's the same as over in the terminal, but now this is running on my computer, and I can click things. There's a menu up here. And one thing I can do up here is open a new file and save it. Okay, so I save that file, and then I can run it in here. In the terminal, I ran the Python3 command. Here I already have Python open. There's a run and run module that ran, and then the output is over here in the Python shell or console. Okay, there are some other things that we can do over here because it's graphical that I'm not going to look at right now. But you can use this as your text editor as well. The text editor is built in there and it looks nice. It has the different parts of the program, different colors. So then you're just running it all right here. And you can also run this if you're connected to the computer science. Let's see, if you're in the labs, then you can run this in the labs on the lab computers. And there's different ways to do it, but one way is if you're on a lab computer and you type idle3 on a terminal, it'll open that up. And it opens it up here as well. So mine actually went to a different version. Okay, so we can run it in the terminal, and if we just type Python3 and enter, then what happens is we just have the Python console. If we type the command like this in the terminal, it runs the program. And we can do the same in the Python in idle. Something else to mention is Python 2 versus Python 3. I'm going to run on the server again. Let's see, are we connect to the server again? All right, so if I run Python 3, I am Python 3.8.1. If I just type Python, it's Python 2.7.17, and that's just the way it is, that the Python command is Python 2, Python 3 command for Python 3. They're mostly the same, but there are some differences. So it does matter that you type Python 3. And just as an example of one thing, in Python, if you find files, then you can do this. But if you try that in Python 3, it gives you an error. Okay, so if you have a Python 2 file, it actually might not work with Python 3. And the Python 3 files that we're making might not work with Python. So we'll always do Python 3 to run it. If you're opening idle from the terminal, it'll be idle 3.